Can you hear my voice? This time this is my fight song. Take back my life.
Welcome to Two Woke Boys, episode 218. I am Chris.
I'm Cole.
And together we are Two Woke Boys. I guess I'll bust that one out, you know? Welcome to the show. We are here. It is spooky season. It is hurricane season. Much like a hurricane, this podcast will enter you. It will ravage you, leave you very wet, and then we will also provide no aid after we leave. You know, you will be dealt with whatever is going on, and then we will be gone. And
That's
then
right.
We will say our name.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I don't know. I guess that's what we do. You know?
Yeah.
We come in.
That's a good analogy.
We are like a storm.
Right.
You know. That's the way this podcast is. It comes in like a storm. Like people talk about us coming. They're like, oh, those guys they're gonna be here. You know. And then we come.
Are they
in.
looking forward to us being there?
I don't know. I'm not there when they're talking about us, but it doesn't seem like it.
Probably not. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like people
Like,
want
oh
us there.
fuck, Chris and Cole are coming to this
we
party.
aren't sunny weather.
Shit. Yeah.
Like if a weatherman was to talk about us, because you know they'd be like, "Sunny days are coming in for the weekend. It'll be great." That's not how we're talked about. We are talked about like a category, whatever the highest is, hurricane.
Yes.
So you know, we come in, they're like, "Man, buy bottles of water, buy canned goods,
Buy baby
get
oil.
out, buy tons of baby oil unless you're P Diddy and you already got a big Costco box stocked up for some reason." Still don't really understand the application of baby oil at all. Like, do you even use it on babies? What is it used for? What is the purpose of that stuff? I don't know. But stock up, get some, and then, you know, get your ramen noodles and watch out for the boys.
Yeah.
'Cause
We're coming.
Yeah.
We're swirling in there.
Mm-hmm. And we are actually, that's how we show up. We are swirling. We're doing that thing, you know, when you're like a kid and you go to the playground and you like hold each other's arms and like spin really crazy.
Right. We
And
do
then-
that.
Yeah, and then we run into people at the party and they're like, "What are you doing?" We're like, "Look out for the typhoon of the boys."
And then maybe some damage will be caused to certain walls,
Oh yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
in the
Think
vicinity
of a
and-
fist going through a wall. Think about a spinning adult man going through your wall and what
Right.
that does.
yeah.
There's no Limp Bizkit poster big enough to cover the
Yeah,
hole
there's
that will
not.
be left in the wall. And trust me, we've tried to find it. We've in fact contacted Slipknot ourselves, trying to find, like, hey, you guys got to make bigger posters. Like we're having trouble here.
Yeah, I'm sure one day they'll eventually respond to us, but
Spencer Gifts is not, you know, maybe that's why Spencer Gifts has that big wall of T-shirts, because they're covering up what happened to their walls.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because think about it. You own a store at a mall. It's a Spencer Gifts. It's probably not doing well at malls anymore.
Yeah,
So
they are kind of dying.
that guy's going in there and he's like, how am I going to sell all these Who Farted T-shirts? And he's like punching all these holes in the wall, and then he has to he can't sell the shirts now because he's got to put the Who Farted T-shirts over the holes in the wall.
Right.
And that's why you see a big wall of like 60 T-shirts.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I also don't understand why they pick the bands they have on the wall, because like someone will be like David Bowie, and then like, okay, he's cool, I guess. Then another one will be like Yellow Card.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty all over the place choices
Right.
of music. And it's not, they don't have everybody.
Well,
you
usually they skew metal, right?
No, I think they're like, yeah, there is metal, but
Yeah.
metal guys they're more likely to wear a T-shirt to be like, I like that band. Because I guess, I don't know why that is, like, Because some people just like music and don't wear a shirt for the music they like.
Right.
But then there's people that are like, got to wear the shirt, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. I don't really. Metal is pretty big for some people.
Yeah.
Metallica.
Well, it's big for us.
Yeah.
Not so much listening to it, but the posters.
But we're more. Yeah, we buy the posters, but we're more into political opinion T-shirts.
Yes.
We need you to know what we think before we say anything. Are we going to talk about what we think? Of course we are. We're definitely going to talk about what we think about things. Mm-hmm. And if a woman is president, it's whatever she thinks. That's what we think.
Right.
And we're going to be like, oh my God, that's crazy. You think that? Me too. Wow, that's crazy that we have so much in common. Do you want to get out of here? Or... She's like, what? You just said like you like ice cream also. I was like, yeah, well, I know an ice cream place like right by my place. In fact, I have ice cream at my house. Yeah. She's like, okay, like that's cool. You have ice cream at your house. I'm like, I got a couple of different flavors. So, you know, and if she's a person of color, I might be like, I'll let you know I do have, swirl flavor.
I am down with the swirl because
I am down with the swirl, and that's why I have swirled ice cream in my place. And I kind of, I prefer the chocolate, to be honest. Mm-hmm. So,
and she's like, just tell me what your order is, and let me take it. Yeah. Like there's a big line behind you, and so it's a whole thing.
And I don't even know what she looks like because I'm like talking into like a thing. She sounds hot.
It's the drive-through window. Yeah,
she sounds
You're
hot.
Like, damn, she sounds really hot.
Damn, she's probably cute, dude.
Yeah,
yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So we're about to find out if it was a good choice to invite her home when we pull up to the second window.
That is a tough roulette to play, to just throw game at like a blank.
It's like our own little episode of Love is Blind.
Yeah. It's fun.
We're connecting with someone through the...
She's probably hot. She's a bank teller.
Yes.
Is she going to be impressed by my bank account? Probably not, but... I'm going to throw game anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to tell her like, "Oh, this is just my side account. Like this isn't my isn't my main account. I keep my main money at like a different bank."
Yeah. This is my Finsta account.
Right.
Yeah, I have a Finsta bank account.
Yeah.
that I don't show everybody, and this is like spam or whatever.
Exactly.
Why do girls do that? Why do they have?
Because it's like a funny way to like express our personality. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, on my main page, I'm gonna post
the exact same thing. They're like,
but on their Finsta, they might post they might post a meme.
Okay, yeah, that is, we love that.
They might post a meme, and they might post a picture of them making a silly face. Mm-hmm. It's like I would never post this on my main page.
Yeah, this is me being quirky.
This is me being quirky and funny. So I'm gonna do a photo dump.
Yeah.
On my...
You know how girls are always supposed to be hot, and I'm trying to be hot in literally everything I do? Not on this secret page where I'm like kind of silly because I'm like sticking my tongue out in a picture instead of looking hot.
Yeah.
But I'm still wearing a bikini and you can see my butt or whatever.
Right. Yeah, very quirky. We love totally quirky and unique girls like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we vibe with that kind of energy.
Totally. And it's not just the same fucking thing every single fucking time. We love
hanging out with girls like that. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah, they're always fun to hang out with because they want you to take a picture for your Finsta, and you're like, what, who is this for? Then you get in an argument about like, oh, I can post that. And it's like, oh, can you post that? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah, we love that stuff so much. So back to hurricanes. There's this Hurricane Milton coming. It explodes into a Category 5 on track to Florida Gulf Coast. I was just going to say, I hope your family is okay, but then I remembered that you hate your family because they're from Florida, right? So
we hate
you're
Florida
rooting for their demise and destruction.
There are people that are like, Florida gets what it deserves, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, there's people that say stuff like that,
And those people are us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, so that's just what it is. You know, you have to deal with it, and it's like, you know, maybe you got what you brought upon yourself with the way you guys think about things. You know,
You voted red. You voted for Trump. You deserve to essentially die.
yep.
You deserve for a hurricane to come and wipe out your entire state. You voted for Trump. So get fucked, bitch.
Yeah.
I hope you lose everything. I hope you lose your home, your business, all your possessions. I hope everything gets destroyed because you voted for Trump.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't vote for Trump, you're in a state that voted for Trump.
Yeah, and you didn't
that's
vote.
enough.
You didn't vote enough
you didn't
to
move.
make it not count
Yeah.
for Trump. So that's also your fault,
Right.
because that's how democracy works. We get it done out here because, I mean, I don't know how many times you voted, but I voted a bunch of times.
Oh, same
Okay?
here.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just doing my part as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's like when one of your friends has like one of those bullshit contests that they're in, you know, and they're like, hey, vote for me. You can vote 80,000 times. You just got to get your email account ruined by
Exactly.
signing up for this bullshit thing I'm doing.
Right. So Hurricane Milton is coming, and it is expected to grow and become more dangerous. It's forecast to make landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast on Wednesday. Its dangerous eye and eye wall could come as ashore anywhere from Cedar Key at the north to Naples at the south, including possibility in the Tampa or Fort Myers areas. It's only been 10 days since Helen, or Helene, we're still not sure, scoured Florida's Gulf Coast with storm surge and slammed into the Big Bend as a Category 4. Now officials are asking residents still in recovery mode.
Wait, Helene got through, it came up through Florida, but all the damage is in like North Carolina, right?
Right.
Okay. Like North Carolina was really crushed.
Yes. And there's this article here. Asheville authorities have recovered 9 people killed and found 85% of those missing in wake of Helene. So
Found 85% of those missing.
yeah, so still
How many?
15%
Yeah, but how many?
are missing.
That's weird that it says it by percent, because it's like, how many people is that?
Looks like
that
we are.
could be 5 people, or it could be 5,000 people, depending on how many people were missing.
So right, it says that we are actively working 60 cases of people that are missing and not heard from.
Okay.
So yeah, this is very tragic time right now for Florida, North Carolina, and we just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, you deserve it for voting red. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You deserve Helen or Helene. You deserve Milton. You deserve, and you know what else you deserve? Kamala.
That's right.
You ain't black.
Wait.
I'm speaking.
There you go.
Because she's going to beat your little Cheeto. Deal with it.
Yeah.
So, but we are very empathetic here, and we really want to.
Our heart goes out to those who are in trouble. And
Yes, especially if they are women, because this is a female-centric podcast, and if you're a woman who you had your house destroyed or you're at risk of that and you have to evacuate, hit us up in our DMs and you can come over and stay with us for one night,
possibly.
if you're hot,
Yeah.
and if things
depends
go
on
well.
how annoying you are.
Yeah.
And how sleepy I am after, I bust or whatever.
Yeah. If you ask us to take pictures for your Finsta, you're going fucking back to
You're
North
outta
Carolina.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah. We will send you back to North Carolina, to the hardest. We will actually build a catapult and launch you into the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is that.
Yeah. So hit us up in our DMs, Southern women in Florida, North Carolina, any of the surrounding areas. And we disagree with your politics, we'll say that, but we're willing to still have sex with you if you're hot. So, and we'll tell you we agree with your politics. We'll like until we have sex, we'll pretend we're on the same page politically.
Oh, you're gonna think that we think everything you think, and then there's the way we work when we get into a thing with a lady or whatever is you think we have so much in common, and that we are like, wow, it's like we're two peas in a pod. Everything that guy thinks, we think, like, this is so, wow, this is so cool. Then there's like a little shift that happens where you find out that we don't think anything that you think.
No.
And that we're contrarians, you know? But like only because like whatever you think, we don't think that.
Right.
So, you know, like we just have to, you know, let our stance be known. So
yes. So, yes, moving on to the other stories. Elon Musk makes his first appearance at a Trump rally and casts the election in dire terms.
So, yeah, I was just pulling this up here. I was trying to show this on the screen here. Let me try to do it. Yeah, I don't know if you saw these screens, this picture going viral here of Elon. Have you seen
jumping
this?
Around?
Yeah, jumping around
like an
in
idiot.
The gayest way I've ever
like
seen.
Like a fat idiot.
Is it coming up there, Alex? Okay. So, yeah, let me retry it. I should probably restart that computer before the show next time. There we go. Yeah, this picture of him jumping very gaily. And this is what people like us do. Like, we'll be like, look at him being gay. We are the party of like LGBTQ rights. Like, we want no one should be homophobic or whatever. But look at this queer.
Look at this faggot.
Look at this fucking gay queer.
Yeah,
being a gay-bo over here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like that was the vibe of like what was going on.
But yeah, we support the LGBTQ community, and we would never be derogatory or hurtful. But anyway, but look at that fat queer. Look at that.
Yeah, he is also fat.
Yeah,
that is fat.
Yeah,
just because it's not the best picture. He does look okay for his age, but what a fat loser.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and what's his shirt say?
Occupy Mars.
Okay, yeah. He's so weird with his... He made a garbage can car, and he's fucking talking about going to Mars and shit.
His hat was an all-black hat that said "Make America Great Again."
Oh, he had it all black?
All black. Blacked out. Snapback.
Nice. Okay. He's rocking his own merch. Like Trump was probably like, wear the red one. He's like, no, that's 2016 bullshit. This is on some 2020 black hat stuff. Yeah, that's wild, man. So I thought this was funny too, because like there was like an article that came out that was like, you know, the aftermath of a Donald Trump, you know,
with the picture of trash and stuff.
Yeah, so it was like this article. This is the picture. This was like, this is the aftermath of a Donald Trump rally. And it's like, yeah, this is what happens anytime people gather at like kind of a party environment before the cleanup crew shows.
Looks like Coachella.
Yeah, it honestly, Coachella looks like worse, you know? But, you know, there's a Trump Vance sign, which makes it much worse.
Right.
And, you know, also, I don't know, why is, like, this was like a recent rally that Trump did, right? Like, why is he still going to places with, like, not steep roofs around him? You know?
Yeah.
This one has, like, 6 or 8. They, like, built, like, a shitty one right there. And they're like, all right, Trump, we're about to get this rally done. We've almost built a couple of sniper towers around the perimeter.
Well, it was the same place as the...
What?
Yeah.
What?
It was the same place as the first one.
Okay.
And his whole
so
thing
this
was
is
like,
the
I'm
roof
coming
that
back.
it all.
Yeah, or one of those roofs. I'm not sure, but
I think they had glass protection too this time.
yes.
Oh, okay. Is it like he's like a Pope Mobile situation?
No,
Yeah.
just walked inside a glass box.
He performed his shit through a glass box
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Wow. And then Elon's up there dancing around
Jumping
like a
around.
gaybo.
Yeah.
Like just that's also pretty brave to dance on stage like after a man has been assassination attempted twice.
Yes.
Well, Trump started off his speech with saying, "So as I was saying," to like continue
Oh,
from
okay.
from the first one.
Wow, he said that in this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so this article that showed that picture was like, this is the aftermath of what happens after Donald Trump speaks.
Right.
Like, this piece of shit.
As if that's not the way that any venue looks after
just after
literally
it's
any
literally like-
outdoor event.
It's literally like taking a picture like after a full movie theater and like this is the aftermath of a movie that is being screened, and you just like if you don't like who made the movie, you're like this is what happens after the screening of the Joker movie. That jerk. Look at there's popcorn everywhere and people don't care about the environment.
But if you
And there's like literally like a guy like sweeping, and you're like, "Hey, can you get out of the shot? You're like,
Yeah,
looks like you're cleaning right now." And he's like, "I am cleaning. That's like what we do in here after a thing happens."
yeah.
This is a table after a family of 4 comes to a Longhorn Steakhouse to eat together. Look at these pieces of shit.
Right.
They left food crumbs and dirty forks and shit.
Yeah.
And this is also at the same time that there's like articles coming out that like no one's helping in North Carolina. The whole city, the whole state is fucked, and no one's providing aid.
Right.
But like that's not important.
No.
Like, take a picture at the Donald Trump rally,
Right.
and then
Yeah. If
make him look bad.
if you go to a rally, if you go to a Kamala Walls rally, a Harris Walls rally,
There's probably blue bins everywhere for you to
Yeah.
recycle stuff, and everybody's
There's
putting
no
it in the
trash.
bins because
Yeah.
they're nice. You know who votes? You know who goes to those rallies for Tim Walz and Kamala Harris? People who put their grocery cart back.
yeah. I like that.
Yeah. That's how
That's-
you can tell.
That's
who's
a good
nice.
litmus test.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite things where people are like, "That's how you can tell if someone's a good person."
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
It
so,
is.
So if someone like just kills a guy and then puts his cart back, he's a good guy. Like what? Okay,
Yes.
But yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If you killed a guy, you probably wouldn't put a cart back.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes.
Yeah, so we hate Elon Musk for endorsing the Cheeto, and it's like it's so messed up.
We did love him,
That-
and we both own Teslas.
Yeah.
but that was pre.
As protest, you know what I did? Like when Elon spoke at the Trump rally, I went out and I destroyed my Tesla.
Nice. You know what I did?
What?
To protest Elon suck Musk. That's
Yeah.
here's what I did. I took my Tesla and I filled it with gas. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I almost died because it's like an electrical port and I just
Yeah.
poured gasoline into it
Yeah.
and it really fucked up the car, but my message was sent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what I'm going to do next?
What?
I'm going to burn myself alive.
No, yeah, that is I've heard the ultimate form of protest.
Yeah. And I'm going to yell, "Fuck Elon Musk," while I'm burning myself alive.
Yeah. It might not come out like that. It might just sound like screams of agony because it's like the worst thing ever. But the message will be sent when someone close to you says like, "Oh yeah, he didn't like that Elon guy."
Right. I think
and that will be after like a lot of reports come out about your mental illness or what's wrong with you or that you wrote a manifesto or
right.
I
think there was another Palestine protest.
That's like
Pro Gaza protester attempts self-immolation outside White House.
attempts.
It's like, I was totally gonna burn myself
damn,
alive.
I was trying to, but whoops. I just
Yeah.
lit a firework. You know?
Yeah.
What it was just like a guy playing with fireworks on the 4th of July. He was like, hey, fuck Trump, and he lights a mortar shell and kind of catches himself on fire with a sparkler or something.
Right. Oh, wow. So this story, this one's interesting. So pro-Gaza protester attempts self-immolation outside White House. Like I said, the self-immolation attempt occurred just days before the anniversary of the October 7th attacks on Israel by Hamas. A man who said he was a journalist lit himself on fire outside the White House on Saturday in an apparent attempt to protest Israel's war in Gaza through self-immolation. The man, who was identified as Samuel Mina Jr., was captured on video lighting his left arm on fire, lifting it into the air and screaming in pain before bystanders and police rushed to help him. Bystanders doused him with water and beat the flame out with towels. Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department officers restrained the man who shouted that he was a journalist. Okay, guys, don't help. Like, I'm a journalist. I'm good.
He's like lighting a cigarette and his shirt catches on fire and he's like, yeah, I'm a journalist.
Right.
Follow my Wikipedia page.
This is journalism here.
Yeah.
I'm going to burn myself alive.
He's like doing this. He's like, I'm on fire. And and there's like a picture of him on fire doing this, you know? And people are like, oh my God, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, this guy isn't a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And who is like, this doesn't just encompass a major, it doesn't just show like extreme mental illness and just like, oh my, these pictures are insane.
Really? What do you got here?
Yeah, like, look at these pictures. Here, I'll cast it to
let's cast it. Let's show
This isn't just everything wrong with like
society.
Yes, and like this movement in particular.
Wow. Okay.
He couldn't learn a thing or two from the other two people we talked about in the past.
Yeah, like what a failure. He only got his left arm
the other two guys
blacken.
accomplished
Is he? But okay, the real question is he left-handed or right-handed? If you're right-handed, pussy, you know.
What's like? It's almost kind of awkward that he like failed with his attempt to kill himself, right? So it's like, yeah, it's kind of awkward when they have to like, hey, so why are you here in the hospital? I tried to kill myself.
I was protesting.
You were protesting by doing what? By lighting myself on fire. Oh. What was the end goal there? Oh, I was going to kill myself.
Yeah. To send a message.
To send a message.
Yeah.
Like, are you struggling?
That like there's problems.
Right. It's like, oh, are you struggling with depression or no, just
No, I'm actually fully sane.
Yeah. Totally normal. And yeah, just this is a good way to protest the Israel war.
I figured by being a voice in this community, by taking myself out to no longer speak after this day, that would be the most valuable way to shift the culture. Because let's say I kill myself for like to get people on my side. Now 2 people are on our side. That's +1.
Yeah.
Because I'm dead, but like one guy replaces me, but then another guy. So that's like a +1.
Yes.
So think about if one of those guys sets himself on fire and then 2 people like that guy's stuff. That's another +1. So if enough people kill themselves by setting themselves on fire, then maybe we can have enough people to support our cause.
By just killing ourselves one by one.
By killing everybody that supports what we support.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. By having by us mass killing ourselves, we will increase the numbers of opposition for our cause. So
right. And the fact that these people and like that veteran who killed himself before, who successfully killed himself, unlike this, you know, this guy who was a failure.
This was an unsuccessful protest.
This guy,
because
it's like
there's
you're kind
still
of
a guy alive, and like the problem's still here, and you know, like we are talking about it, but it's not the same as if we talk about the other guy that set himself on fire,
right?
Because the next guy that sets himself on fire, we're gonna go back to the previous guy that killed himself, not the guy that kind of set himself on fire.
He also didn't live stream it.
He didn't live stream it. Well, that's also what are you doing?
Yeah,
You gotta
gotta
go
get some views.
There's protocols here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to go on Facebook Live, okay, or Twitch, or and you need to build a following first, okay. This can't be your first stream.
No,
because there's going to be like 2 viewers, and that's pathetic.
Yeah, if you're gonna kill yourself on camera, you got to get some good views.
You got to be streaming Fortnite for at least 6 months, okay.
Yes.
You got to get your views up. You got to get like some sort of deal with Prime Energy, like the Logan Paul brothers or whatever.
Right.
You got to do that. You got to get that going, and then on the stream, you set yourself on fire.
Yeah. And the fact that these people are celebrated by this movement doesn't show a huge. It isn't just like totally emblematic.
Are they
like,
celebrated, or is it just like a guy set himself on fire?
I mean, I've seen countless posts that are like, "Remember Aaron Bushnell. Remember this guy.
Who's
Remember
Aaron Bushnell."
That's the veteran who successfully killed himself, who wasn't a pussy like this guy who did a half-ass job.
Also, what was he wearing to like? You got to pick a better outfit to set yourself on fire with.
I think the veteran guy was in his full fatigues.
Yeah,
right?
see that's sending a political message,
right?
But like
And
wearing
he trended
like a
on
gay
Google for at
purple
least
sweater
2
while
weeks after that.
wearing your nicest Tommy Hilfiger cardigan while you like what's that? What's the message being sent here? Yeah, can you pull that picture up again?
Yeah, he's wearing just a purple.
It looks like he's about to play golf.
Yeah, he's wearing just like dress clothes.
Yeah.
It's like you want me to pull it up again?
Yeah, cast it. Yeah. It looks like he's about to. Let's see this. Fucking what this guy was wearing again.
Let's see.
We've been having trouble with the cast today.
Oh, let me. My Bluetooth is off. Let me try again. I'm not seeing the option come up, but that's all right.
It's fine.
We saw it before, and
He looks like
he's
a
wearing
dork,
a
fucking
purple.
loser. Didn't burn yourself alive. You suck, dude.
Kind of a pussy ass bitch.
Yeah,
so
that sucks.
It's like
bro.
you gotta go all the way. So
like we would have done it better. We're not gonna do that because like we have a voice and we have to continually say stuff like, "Wow, that was cool. That guy set himself on fire. What a brave guy." Say his name, and then people will be like, "What's his name?" And we'll be like, "I don't know." But that was
and I
cool.
totally didn't just know the guy's name because he was mentioned in this article, and I read it 2 seconds ago. I totally would have known it otherwise, and not just in the immediate week after when he was spiking on Google, and then no one gave a shit afterward.
It does seem like the idea that setting yourself on fire is the ultimate form of protest seems like some sort of like scam, right?
Well, it's
because it's like if you're really a dissident and don't like what's going on, kill yourself. It's like, okay, then what? Like, sounds
you showed them,
yeah, you showed them, dude.
And like we talked about before, it's like when people who support what these guys supported, when they were like celebrating their suicides or attempted suicides, well, the posts I saw were the actual successful suicides, and then like people would push back in the comments being like, hey, you can support Palestine and everything and support the people there, but I don't know if we want to be like celebrating someone who killed themselves. And then the people would reply to that and be like, actually killing yourself has a long precedence in political dissidents. Yeah. And like it's been used for decades to protest. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. I forgot that people killed themselves in the 60s and 70s. So I take back everything I said. Actually killing yourself is a good thing now because people have done it before. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. I'm so sorry. My opinion has changed now. Now it's good to end your life for a conflict on the other side of the world that your name will trend on Google for maybe a week, and that's it. And your family and friends will be affected for a lifetime. But because you got those Google searches and Instagram infographics for a week, then it's worth it. And the fact that people did it, like monks did it or whatever in Asia or something.
Yeah, what are monks doing, dude?
Then
They're
so
like
that
not talking and setting themselves on fire. It seems like
so
that sucks.
so I'm sorry.
And they're also dressing like prison guys.
Right.
Like they wear
Like the orange, the olive orange.
Yeah, what are they?
And they're
all
shaved heads.
skinheads.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's all about, but it's like I am sorry for my lack of knowledge and my immature, dumb. I was so immature and just uncultured and unworldly for not appreciating the brilliance of killing yourself.
Yeah,
I was
pretty
so
smart.
I was so stupid for not taking into account the monks who did it decades ago.
And what
But
were they?
now-
What were the monks protesting?
Not really sure, but
Who knows? But
they did it, and there were some
their
cool
message was
pictures.
sent.
There were some cool pictures.
That's the other thing. Hire a photographer. Get a couple of
Well,
photographers.
this guy looked like he had a banger photo. I mean, these
Yeah.
pictures are unbelievable.
He found the town's best wedding photographer,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Hey, no one's getting
He's like,
married today."
I got a surprise event. Oh, is it a
wedding?
proposal?
I
Is it a
typically
wedding?
do
Is
those.
like, right.
Yeah, where's
It's
the
like-
ring? He's like, "Oh, there won't be a ring, but my arm will be exposed." That's
Yeah.
for sure.
He's like, things are gonna get hot. Oh, you're gonna kiss your fiance after proposing?
No, but I will declare my love for a place
Yes.
before I set myself on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are definitely on the side of the movement of like pro killing yourself. We think that's brilliant and
Yeah, it's really
good activism and
yeah.
not a sign of horrific mental illness and
Do you think
misplaced priorities, to say the fucking least.
Do you think that the people that are like, oh, this like setting yourself on fire thing is like a good idea? Do you think they're pissed at someone like Rosa Parks that just like sat on a bus? They're
Yeah,
like,
probably.
They're like, this bitch just sits.
And she
like,
got to
down-
live.
now
She got to
she's-
live
Now
afterward.
we all know her name because she just sat down on a bus. What the hell? You know?
Yeah.
Like this guy sets himself on fire and we don't even know his name.
Right.
And then this lady just takes a seat on the bus and they're like, don't sit there. And she's like, I'm going to sit here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we hope that guy is.
Rosa Parks is probably the most famous protester, right?
Yes.
I mean, Tiananmen Square tank guy.
Tank guy. Yeah.
But that's how we know him is because there was a tank there
Right.
also. So
but
kind of
nothing.
the tank
But
is
nothing
as famous as him.
happened. Nothing happened on that day, and the Chinese military did nothing wrong, and they were just
Yeah.
there. Nothing.
What are other famous protests? There's there was that Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
Which
we support the government.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
No, we support the CCP.
Yeah, that's going on over there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
their thing.
That's their
We're not
culture.
really going to
Yeah.
get involved. Why would we get involved in a foreign conflict?
Yeah.
We never talk
Why
about
would?
that.
Yeah. Why would?
That's not our
No,
business
yeah,
to
why-
talk about
yeah, exactly.
the business of another country.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that would
We
be
would never talk
silly
about
for
that
us to
stuff.
discuss.
Yeah.
But if you do feel like killing yourself because of Palestine, that's a great idea.
Also, when
So-
you do that, can you shout out the Woke Boys and then say we're available on all platforms?
Yeah.
Like, do that right before you, like, okay, scream about whatever your cause is, but also be like, Two Woke Boys are available on all platforms.
Yeah.
Get it on Spotify, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Try to say all that and really say it clear, okay? I know it's going to be painful because you're on fire
Only have
or
about
whatever.
7 seconds.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But
try to
like,
get that in there.
I mean,
try
that
to get
one
in the
guy
full
was
plug.
rolling around saying stuff for a while, and he did eventually just go to screams. But like, you could be promoting a podcast that does say good stuff every week, you know? So maybe do better when you try to set yourself on fire. How
Yes.
about that?
Yeah.
That's who we're coming after this week. People that have set themselves on fire in the past and have not plugged the Two Woke Boys
Yeah, that's
podcast.
unacceptable.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you got to kill yourself in
And
the
also,
right way.
when you set yourself on fire and protest stuff and then plug the Two Woke Boys podcast, do not do it near our studio. I don't want to really have to, clean stuff up or
Yeah.
deal with that going on there.
Yeah, that's not going to be pleasant to see your
we don't,
charred
like,
body.
Do that like somewhere else, but still say like the Two Woke Boys is the best podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that for sure. So, Yeah, other political stuff. The vice presidential debate happened last week, and it was a resounding win for Tim Walz, of course. He that was the consensus, right?
Yeah. And there's definitely articles that you can see that are affirming that it was a bloodbath in either direction. It's literally like news now is just like choose your own adventure. Like, oh, I like this one. Oh, we won. Nice. You know? Oh, I like this side. Okay, we dominated. What an idiot over there. That's kind of like what you'll see.
Yes.
It's just, you know, our side won, the other side's bad. Can you believe he said this? What a loser. Can you believe they have the political opinions that they have? They said that. It's like, yeah, that's what they believe, the opposite of what you believe.
Right.
So, yeah, they don't really have a problem saying that because that's what they believe.
Yeah.
They should be canceled for saying that. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, Tim Walz also, he had a lot of people are trying to take him down because he said he was friends with school shooters, right? And that's, look, we've done all this, there's all this talk about school shootings, it's important. Maybe he's making a good point, okay? No one's tried to befriend a school shooter, and maybe that's why Tim Walz is a good guy, okay? Because think about it. That's why those guys do it in the first place. They don't have friends.
They don't have friends.
They don't have friends to be like, hey, maybe don't do that, right? But Tim Walz is going to come in there. He's going to be buds with the school shooter guy.
Right.
And he's going to put his hand around his shoulder there, and he's going to feel the AR-15 in the kid's backpack, and he's going to be like, hey, bud, maybe don't do that today. You know? You're mad. You want to protest? You want to shoot up a school and then kill yourself? What about this? What if you go outside the school and set yourself on fire in front of the school? What about that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good idea. And he could do it as a friend, and then no school shooting. Yeah, and then Tim he'll volunteer to hold the camera for the live stream, because it's hard to kind of selfie yourself while you set yourself on fire.
Right. Hard to keep the camera steady.
Yeah. You could get a tripod. That is another thing, you know. But you got to make sure it's a good tripod, and you got to make sure people don't like walk around it. It's better to have a cameraman just to make sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why this guy had good pictures, because he hired a photographer. So that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Tim Walz, he's coming up with good ideas. Being friends with school shooters, that's kind of a good idea. Okay, so.
Yeah, people are like, oh, people are like, oh, he made a flub. He made a mistake. It's like, no, maybe he meant it.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't a mistake.
And maybe he was just saying a good idea. Okay. So
that's good policy. He goes, I'm friends with school shooters. I've talked to them. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, bud.
Yes. So there was a big takeaway from the debate, though, no matter who you thought won, was the civility of the debate, and how, like, both candidates, they expressed like some sort of agreement with the other a lot of times, like, oh, I agree with a lot of what he said there, and like, oh, we share a lot of common ground there. And a lot of people are like, oh, what? That's a nice breath of fresh air for our country. But to us, we say, what the fuck, Tim Walz?
Yeah,
why
dunk
are you agreeing with him on anything? You can't agree with him on anything.
Yeah.
He's a fascist and a white supremacist.
And he fucked a couch.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Because someone said that on Twitter, so we're going to keep making that joke.
You had sex with a couch. Think about how the dunk that would have been. You know, that would have been a huge dunk on the debate.
On Walz's opening speech, he did make a joke about that.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's like, if J.D. Vance wants to get up off the couch and debate me.
Really?
Yeah, he said something like that.
That's awesome.
He said that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That rules.
Yeah. But in the debate, there was all this like...
That's as funny as when Trump was like, Go get, he was telling Kamala, go get him. Go wake him up at 4 p.m. in the afternoon to go get some stuff done.
Right.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was a funny one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, people are like, oh, the civility, this was nice. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. He should have, every time J.D. Vance tried to talk, Tim Walz should have just shouted him down.
Yeah.
Should have been like, can't hear you. Can't hear you. You're stupid. You're dumb.
Yeah,
Can't hear you.
Try to make your political point. Like you're
So I'm J.D. Vance.
yeah, you're
It's like-
J.D. Vance.
It's like, so I think
couch,
that we
couch,
should.
couch.
So I think that we.
I fucked a couch.
I think we should try to limit
couch fucker.
immigration. I
Hey,
think we
I'm
should
banging
kick
a
out
couch.
criminal
Hey,
illegal.
who wants to sit on a couch?
I guess you win.
Nice.
See,
America.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
that's how the debate should have happened.
Mhm.
And Tim Walz should have shouted down J.D. Vance every time he tried to talk. And people were like, "Oh, civility, it's good for our country." No, it's not. No, it's not.
When has listening to someone ever been good? Except for this podcast. You should listen.
You should listen to us,
you should
but not
listen to
other
us.
people.
Yeah. When you listen to this podcast, the one takeaway is that you should not listen to anybody else but us. That's the takeaway.
Right.
And civility is overrated. You know, this is why, hey, Thanksgiving's coming up. You got to go home, yell at your family, get in a huge fight with them, tell them they're a problem, and then not listen to what they have to say. Because are they going to make a good point? No, it's not what you think. So it's obviously a bad point.
Right.
You went to a liberal arts school. You're a genius, right?
Mm-hmm.
We studied boys and girls in college, okay? I work at Starbucks now. I'm really smart, okay? I have $200,000 in debt because of my smartness.
Yes.
So make sure you yell at your parents about that.
Yes. So moving on to, before, we talked about these free Palestine self-immolation protests, which we love. A lot of these protests are happening on the year anniversary of October 7th of the Hamas attack on Israel. And
We are recording on that day.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just want to say it is a very solemn day where we commemorate the innocent lives lost of Hamas fighters on that day, and the ones who were killed when there was return fire, and after their attack, we hope that they got their 72 virgins in heaven, right? And they are freedom fighters, and they are a righteous resistance. And it is okay to I was going to say kill, unalive. It is okay to unalive civilians if they are a lighter shade of skin than you. So that's kind of our thoughts on that.
That's kind of where we are with that stuff.
Right. Israel, white. Palestine, brown.
And the formula of this show, as we know, white bad, brown good.
Right.
So, that's just what it is.
Yes.
Okay? If something's white, it's bad. If something's brown, it's good. And that's how everything in this operates.
Yes. And we need to.
How brown is it? How good is it? More brown, more good. Less brown, less good.
Yes. Now things get a little tricky when we look at a lot of the people killed, a lot of the hostages in Israel. They look pretty brown too. Some are even black, and they're indistinguishable in many cases from the attackers. So it gets a little tricky.
That's a tough situation.
But
there.
because
how do you get into that?
right. But
That's a picture we wouldn't really bring up.
yeah.
We're not going to show that one.
Yeah.
That's not really what we want to do. We might even Photoshop one of the people to be more white.
Yes.
And then someone will be like, is that like does someone like use shitty Photoshop and put we'll put like a celebrity's head on there, and they'll be like, what was Jay Leno over there? Like, what is that? And we're like, yeah, that's That's just a white guy.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yes. And so yeah, we obviously want to free Palestine, in which Palestine would be very free with a Hamas, a one-state solution with Hamas as the government, and that would be a very free country for that with Hamas there leading. And we hope that they're able to achieve that, and by celebrating Hamas and celebrating Hezbollah and saying that Israel should be destroyed, we're totally not setting back the Palestinian people because we're making such insane arguments that are easy to push back on. So the innocent Palestinian people get lost in the conversation because the protesters here are supporting terrorist groups. No, it is as simple as everything Israel does is bad and wrong. Everything Hamas does is right and good. And that is, we're totally not just adding to the suffering of the Palestinian people by supporting terrorist groups that govern them, that are unelected and have not given the people a chance to elect new leadership. So we're doing the right thing. We're really helping out the cause. We're supporting terrorist groups. We're burning ourselves alive. We're doing a lot that's going to actually help the suffering Palestinian people. So it's going well so far. It's been a year of this, and we're doing good work, and hopefully we keep up the great work we're doing. So there are a quick couple other things. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so it's important to get if you are a woman, to get a breast examination done by a trained medical professional. And Chris here does own a white lab coat.
Yeah.
Do you have a spare one that maybe I could?
We could, Halloween's coming up.
Yeah,
and those Halloween stores.
I can go to Party
around.
City, or I could go to Spirit Halloween, and
those are there. So
yeah.
we
So
can make that happen.
I
I
will-
have one of those stethoscopes,
okay.
so I can hear you. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Well, you can, you kind of trace over their breasts with the
Yeah.
stethoscope.
I'm like, let me hear your heartbeat, and I have that little metal thing, kind of on. It's
You're like, sorry, it might be cold.
Yeah,
And then-
and then it's like, oh, you know what? It's this is like the little metal part.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like, they're like, what? Do you need your left hand on there too? And I'm like, yeah,
For
I do.
stability, yeah.
Stability and balance. I have to really, She's like, you're squeezing the left hand pretty hard. I'm like, yeah, like. I'm testing. It's just you're not.
And you're like, is this stethoscope cold?
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, because you attached like ice to it. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll take that off. I'll use my hand
Yeah,
instead.
let me just use my other hand.
Right.
And I'll just kind of get under there and kind of feel around what's going on here.
Yeah.
I kind of, okay, this is interesting there,
Yeah.
I can kind of feel the heat.
Yeah. Well, I
coming
think we
off
get the idea of
Yeah,
what you're doing
okay,
there. And,
yeah.
and it's all consensual,
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
And, it seems like everything's all functional,
Yeah.
So
Looks like you're good to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if any women want to have us perform that examination on you with our white lab coats, hit us up in our DMs. And you do have to have like a certain breast size for us to.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can't exam, like, what am I examining?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, send us a picture of your tits
Yeah.
so I can kind of...
We'll decide if
they need an exam.
Right.
Yeah. We're like, wow, those are some big tits. They really need to be examined pretty full on.
Right. And sometimes you can't feel, your hands.
You got to get your whole face in there and really, like, get it, like shake it around
Yeah.
to kind of, because that's how you feel if something's wrong.
Right. Your fingertips aren't enough senses to really sense it. You have to get your face
the
in there.
tongue is really in there too. My whole face.
Yeah.
You know how they say, yeah, also there's a lot more nerve endings in my penis too, right?
Right.
So I'm going to have to titty fuck you, I guess, to really feel what's going on with your tits. Okay? So I mean, I'm sorry. That's just. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do doctor stuff. Okay, like,
and you will be wearing a white.
yeah, and that's all I'm wearing. It'll be open like it's a robe,
right.
but you know. So I'm just trying to do doctor stuff, lady. Like, what do you? And she's like, this doesn't look like a doctor's office. It looks like an apartment. I'm like, look, there's wax paper on my bed. Okay, that's clear. I rip it off, and then I'm like, look, we got a fresh wax paper here. You sit on the wax paper. I make you sit in there for about 20 minutes, and then you're just like looking around, like, this is weird. I made an appointment to see this guy at this time. What's he doing? That like I'm waiting around, you know?
Right.
And it's like, look, I'm doing stuff, okay? So then I come in, then the examination is happening, okay?
Right.
So just that's.
And please leave us a good review afterward on our doctor page on Yelp.
Yeah. The find a doc page or whatever that is.
It's like I went in for a breast cancer screening and ended up getting titty fucked. With my consent.
Yeah,
I asked
consented to a titty fucking for a breast exam.
Right.
For whatever reason, it seemed like it was kind of weird. But it was my first breast exam.
Right.
I'm 23,
right.
so.
But I really enjoyed it, and it was great, and I would recommend other women get the same.
Yeah, it seemed like the doctor really enjoyed it too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really. He kind of fell asleep right afterward. But he said, like, "Hey, you're good to go, and like you can get out of here." And
Yeah, he immediately kicked me out and said he would call me and see if the results were, you know.
Said he would, run some tests and.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, if you want to leave a review, please do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and God, are we gonna have to wait for this Lizzo story till next week?
I don't think there's time. You know.
Yeah.
Lizzo.
Oh man.
Lizzo's going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, our queen Lizzo, and we didn't call it on this show, right?
No.
We didn't say this.
We haven't been saying
happen.
this for years.
I let's see. I got the picture of her here. Let's see. So this article has come out showing Lizzo, her slimmed down figure in this bodysuit here. So, you know, she's disappeared for a little bit. I'm going to pull it up on the cast here. So Lizzo has, you know, she's kind of, and then, you know, we got this now. This is what Lizzo looks like if you go on Lizzo Be Eating.
Yeah, and it is significantly thinner than she used to be. She's probably lost, 100 pounds?
It seems like a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you seen what she's like said about this or anything, or what?
I don't think she's addressed her weight loss, but she does appear noticeably slimmer. Mm-hmm. Well, and so this is to advertise her brand Yitty.
Yitty?
Yeah. So her. Oh wait, no. She talks about going to the gym in here. Lizzo explains she loves for her intense workouts the tracksuits. Bitch, this is what I'm wearing in the gym. She quipped in the clip. The gym? You're going to the gym, Lizzo?
I'm sorry, Lizzo. What do you think this is doing for people who have liked you because you're a fat lady?
Yeah. What about people who don't want to go to the gym? Mm-hmm. What about people who don't want to take part in this white supremacist, patriarchal, societal norms of what a body should look like?
And that's what this is all about. It's racist. I think that's been like that's
been established.
People say that, right? That the body positivity thing or thin culture is white culture or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
That's not fucking retarded.
No. It makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And we cannot believe that Lizzo betrayed all her fans by losing weight.
Think of the amount of fat losers that love fat Lizzo.
Right.
And how, like, they used to love Adele.
Yeah.
And then Adele got all hot, you know? Now Lizzo is trying to do the same thing. There's already like thin hot ladies. Like, what are you doing, Lizzo? You shouldn't be doing this. Tell you what, Lizzo, you're a bad girl, and if you keep losing weight, we're gonna have to have a talk with you.
Yeah.
Okay? And if those giant tits of yours stay giant, you're probably gonna need an exam.
Yeah.
And we need to, and you know what? Let's get Adele over here too.
Yeah, while we're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to have a very serious talk with Lizzo and Adele for losing all the weight that they've lost. You have betrayed your fans who became fans because you were fat. And now you think you can just lose weight? You think you can just get healthy and improve your life?
No. We don't like this.
You have to be a sacrificial lamb to your fans. It's like, how are all these white women who worship Lizzo because she's fatter than them and not a threat to them, what are they supposed to think now that Lizzo's like slimming down and becoming kind of hot? What are these white women going to do? Right. What are these white women going to do?
They're all going silent, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, when Lizzo was giant, they were like quoting her songs.
Yes, queen, slay, bitch.
Yeah. It was like, when she was like fat as shit and she like wore a thong to like a Lakers game or whatever, and people were like, yes, queen.
Right.
That's our queen. She rules.
But how are they?
Now she's just cute, and it's like, let's just be silent about that.
Yeah. What are they going to do now that she's becoming hotter than them?
Is she gonna have fat backup dancers, or are they gonna get fired?
Oh yeah.
And she's gonna have like regular sized backup dancers who aren't out of breath after one song.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen to those people? This entire genre of dancer being like an overweight fat dancer, where's that going to go?
Yeah, this is unacceptable what you've done, Lizzo. This is a genocide against fatness. You are killing the fat person inside of you and inside of your fat fans.
And we might have to change our stance, because we were saying like burning yourself alive is like a good protest or whatever. She's burning her fat
in the gym,
and that's kind of not cool.
Yeah.
Burning fat, not good.
Burning yourself alive, good.
Good. Yeah.
Burning your fat and getting healthy and getting in good shape and living
and then talking about how bad it was to be fat. Like being like, I used to be fat, that's bad now. I want to be healthy. You can be healthy as a fat.
Yeah.
There's doctors that are saying that.
Right. Healthy at any size.
I'll say that. I'll put on the lab coat and say it right now. You want me to do it? Being fat's good.
Yeah.
Let me go get my lab coat. They'll be like, what? Can you put a shirt on under the lab coat? And it's like, no.
I'd rather have nothing.
You gotta see the chest kind of poking out there.
Yeah,
with the lab coat.
Yeah. And if we're like titty fucking, it'd be more comfortable for me to not be wearing clothes.
Yeah, we got to unzip my Dockers, and it's like, I'm just going to not wear pants,
Yeah.
That's how this doctor visit's going to go.
Yeah. So, Lizzo, you have betrayed your fans. You have betrayed us. And we need to have a firm talking to you right here, right at the studio at, 2 a.m. on a Saturday night.
We have openings at that time.
And we will discipline you for all the betrayal you have done to the body positive community. And we'll play some music. Maybe we'll play some of your slower, more kind of sensual songs.
Play that feeling good.
Yeah, yeah. And you come over here and you wear this outfit.
Yeah, you wear this slim bodysuit.
Yeah. And only that.
Yeah.
You wear that over here, and we're going to talk to you about it. And we're going to kind of check out the measurements. It was like, wow, you used to, you used to be bigger kind of here, but okay, you've kept some good.
Got like a little hourglass thing going here, and you've got that nice hip to waist ratio.
Kept some good
going.
size, there, and the tits and ass area. And, we kind of
really
like
nice.
that. So. But
maybe we'll have her like kind of. Maybe why don't you like kind of face the other way and like kind of bend over a little bit, and let's see how that looks. That's a nice shape you got there.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah. So just
we don't know what's going on.
It's
here.
fucked
this
up.
Is crazy.
It's like,
how could you do this?
Yeah.
How could you do this, Lizzo?
Yeah.
think of the women, the body image that women have now.
And again, like I said, not just the fat women who looked up to her, but also the in shape white women who worshipped Lizzo because she was big and not a threat to them. But now she is a threat to them. So like you've completely left them in the lurch.
And we have to really, I want to get this clear, that our favorite kind of women is if you're a used to be fat woman.
Oh.
And you've like retained your fat tits and fat ass.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you got a thin, like flat stomach now, and you're like shapely and curvy.
Yeah. But you still have like the mindset of when...
Yeah, you have exactly. Yeah, you have the that's exactly it. Yeah. You have like poor self-esteem, and you think you look like shit.
Right. And you just kind of settle
just a smoke show.
Anyone. Yeah. But
You're
you have no idea.
in the gym all the time, and you think you look terrible, but
just horrible body dysmorphia and like a lot of mental illness.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we look for. Yeah.
That's a perfect girl.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those and you need someone to compliment you or talk to, we will be here,
Yes.
So that's what we're here about. Did you have anything you wanted to plug?
I don't think so.
Yeah. We had some emails. We can get to them next week or whatever. But I do want to say thanks for checking out the show. Give us 5-star reviews on iTunes and Spotify. That's always helpful. Any donations to the show is helpful as well. To the Slut Fund, we love that. Venmo and Cash App. If you want to reach out to the boys, send us emails at TooWokeBoys@gmail.com. We love your guys' emails. That's always really cool and helpful. And then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our show on YouTube. We love those comments, and we'll try to get back to you on those comments. And, send us articles and all that stuff to TooWokeBoys@gmail.com. TOO WokeBoys. Follow allies of the show, Malcolm Kellner and Jeff Zinasek. Anything else you want to?
I don't think so.
All right. This has been episode 218 of the Two Woke Boys podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Cole.
And together we are two
Woke Boys.
Chaos